A very warm afternoon indeed, and certainly one or two of the lads are going to lose quite a few pounds. I'm told it's nothing to worry about, in that once they get liquid back inside them after the game, they replace the lost weight very quickly. But here come the teams now, and first of all the Huddersfield team coming out. An old friend of mine leading them out, Darryl Shelford. Have a look at the Huddersfield team. Ben Barton at full-back. Ian Thomas, Richard Pearson, Darren Shelford and Bramar Kebby are the three quarters. Gus O'Donnell, who of course played a few games on trial with us at the end of last season, number 6, and Steve Curry at number 7. Number 8, John Bruce, who was with Dudley Hill for some time, I understand. Steve Barnett and Andy Pusil making up the front row. Mick Taylor, Gary Coulter and Greg Pearce, the back three, very experienced. David Smith and Bob Marsden. Here come the Cougars, and the noise is absolutely deafening. Full side, Andre Stoop at full back. Keith Dixon, Nick Pinkney, Simon Irving and Jason Critchley. Jason Critchley, who played at Widnes and then went to Salford before coming to us in the close season. Darren Appleby at number 6. Darryl Powell out of the game for a couple of weeks. Chris Robinson at scrum half. Welcome return to him. Ian Gately, Jason Ramshaw and Grant Dory in the front three. Grant Dory fully recovered from that broken arm. David Larder coming into the second row in the place of Darren Flaherty, who's got a slight twinge in his hamstring, so he's missing today's game. Gareth Cochran in the second row, and Martin Wood, who played so well at Old Trafford, at number 13. And the two substitutes, another youngster who's making his first appearance for the Cougars. Phil Cantillon joined us from Wigan Rugby League Club. He's a hooker that has absolutely astonishing pace. I'm told that in training he's second only to Nick Pinkney. And the number 15, Joe Berry, who can play either prop or second row. Steve Nicholson, the referee, and the two teams all set. Bob Marsden for Huddersfield signed in fact late on Friday afternoon. He's subbing, and understand he's not 100% fit, and certainly this heat and this pitch will find out the men who are fit as opposed to the men who are perhaps unfit. Obviously going to be a minute's silence. A minute's silence all over, and the battle for supremacy about to begin. Interesting to note on the Cougar side, a couple of new blonde type haircuts. Nick Pinkney is certainly one of them, Gareth Cochran another one, and Andy Ayres, who's missing today's game, is another one. Two skippers, Daryl Shelford and Simon Irving, playing opposite each other. Just shaking hands. And the toss of the coin about to be made now. Can't see it making a great deal of difference as to which way either team play. I think Simon Irving won the toss, but certainly no real movement by anyone as to who did it. But as it is, the two teams stay as is. Big Dave King, of course, a notable man missing, gone to Warrington from Huddersfield. He, the man who played so well against Keighley on every occasion last season. And two other ones, Dean Hanger and Greg Austin, also missing. The kick-off made now. Ball taken by Keith Dixon. Keith Dixon spinning away from the first tacklers and then players piling up to get on top of him. David Larder bringing the ball forward. The first few minutes, as always, are going to be spent in trying each other out. Not the best of passes by Keith Dixon to Jason Critchley, but Critchley holding on to it with safety, and Jason Ramshaw going from acting half-back. The penalty given for Keighley infringing the offside rule, and Keighley slowing things down, and Keith Dixon going to take the kick to touch. Keith Dixon, who was going to play for the A-team on Thursday, but then Andy Ayres gave notice of his broken thumb, so Keith Dixon coming into the first team, and Ian Gately inside the Huddersfield half. Chris Robinson, big Grant Dory making progress. Chris Robinson again, using David Larder, gets it to Cochrane. Cochrane turning round looking for the pass, but the defenders very quickly on top of him, 10 metres away from the 20-metre line. Martin Wood giving a dummy and looking to turn inside, but no one there, but within sight of the 20-metre line. Chris Robinson, long ball out to Appleby. Appleby back to Robinson. Robinson to Irving. Irving getting away, still going forward. Greg Pearce, the man who looked for a moment to be beaten, but recovered well. Sixth tackle coming up. Robinson with the up and under, not the best he will give this season. The ball going loose. A Keighley man was certainly offside, and the referee has in fact given the knock on the sixth tackle. Keighley in at the tackle on Richard Pearson. Brian Markebe. Grant Dory with a very strong tackle. Kebby, a man who might have come to the Cougars at one stage. Greg Pearce going forward, and Darren Appleby holding on to him grimly along with Gareth Cochrane. Penalty given. Appleby being adjudged to be lying on, something that Phil Larder, I know, emphasises they mustn't do. And already a Huddersfield man, Steve Barnett, receiving treatment, recovering quickly to take the short tap, and the ball going in field. Mick Taylor inside the Keighley 20-metre, penalty kick again given, and Greg Pearce, I would imagine, going to have a go at goal. Daryl Shelford indicating that the two touches should be held behind the posts. Greg Pearson looks to have put a bit of weight on through the close season. Had a trip around the rugby league scene before arriving here at Fartown, or Huddersfield, perhaps I should say. And the kick missed. Find it quite amusing that both touch judges have a long, hard look at each other before they give it, but at the end they're both in agreement. Kick out by Martin Wood. Jason Ramshaw does well. Strong tackle on Gary Coulter. Les Coulter, of course, the manager here. Greg Pearce. Jason Ramshaw again doing well. Darren Appleby, the man who missed the initial tackle. Curry moving the ball inside to Bruce. Again, a good tackle by Grant Dury. O'Donnell. Ian Gately doing well to tackle Purcell. The ball being moved. Gus O'Donnell. Darryl Shelford. Oh, and Appleby. Terrible miss. Darryl Shelford in for the try. But that was dreadful tackling over on the far side by Keith the Cougars. Darren Appleby, who made the first miss. And Darryl Shelford using his strength to get past Andre Stoop. And the worst of starts as far as the Cougars concerned. 6 minutes gone, Huddersfield in the lead 4-0. And it has to be said that that was some ineffective tackling by Keighley. First real attack that Huddersfield have launched, and Darryl Shelford in for the try. Greg Pearce from a similar position to the one he missed the penalty kick at. And again missing it, so again a let off for the Cougars. So Huddersfield in the league, and the Cougars, as they did at Old Trafford, having to fight back. Certainly going to have to tighten the defensive work up. Martin Wood with the long pass out. Good tackle on Gary Coulter. Andy Purcell coming forward. Dory and Gareth Cochran in at the tackle. Steve Curry. Bruce, the big man, playing at number 8. It's a knock on by Mick Taylor, so it'd be a scrum down 10 metres inside the Huddersfield half, and a quick chance for the Cougars to relaunch an attack. Trailing 4-0 after some 8 minutes. Chris Robinson putting the ball into Appleby. Nick Pinkney, well tackled by Gus O'Donnell. Martin Wood. Penalty kick taken quickly by Keith Dixon. So the Cougars now with a real chance. Ramshaw looking for people, and people aren't moving on. Ian Gately coming up quickly with a penalty. Darryl Shelford going to be spoken to. Darryl Shelford, the skipper this afternoon. And Simon Irving going to take the kick at goal. 9 minutes gone, and the Cougars with their first attacking chance, but basically one or two attacking ideas didn't seem to be functioning, and Simon Irving just waiting for the sand lad to come on and bring the sand. Ricky Winterbottom out there, and Matthew Foster, another new signing from Doncaster. And Simon Irving with the opportunity to pull 2 points back. Perfectly placed as far as we're concerned to see whether it's a goal or not. And Simon Irving, who had such a prolific goal-kicking season last time, coming up to take the kick. Allowed, I think, for a win that was non-existent, and the chance going to the side of the post. Fairly vocal crowd down below us, and the kick out good. Critchley just allowing it to touch his knees, straightening up, going forward, takes on Daryl Shelford and the loose forward Greg Pearce. This time it's Gareth Cochrane. Cochrane losing the ball. Steve Curry gets to pass out, but Cougars very quick to get on the toes of Ian Thomas and stop him. But the Cougars again making a mistake. Greg Pearce in possession. Midway between the halfway line and the Cougars 20 metre, and Grant Dory being effective at the tackle, but the Huddersfield lads still in possession. Good pass out. Richard Pearson getting away again from some tackling. Gets rid of the ball to Bruce. David Larder in at the tackle. Martin Wood this time, both of them making sure. And it's the stand of half O'Donnell. That one going wide of the upright, so a drop goal opportunity going astray. And Andre Stoop having a go. Andre Stoop making a very valuable 12 metres, and Martin Wood coming forward. Just short of the halfway line. Ian Gately. Inside the Huddersfield half of the field. 4-0, the Cougars in arrears. Good ball to Appleby. Appleby giving a dummy. Looked to get the pass in, but Dory semi-obstructed. Robinson. Referee allowing play to go on. Chris Robinson thinking, I think, that he was obstructed. And certainly there looked to be a possibility that in fact one of the Huddersfield men was offside. Jason Ramshaw going to be penalised for an allied punch on Mick Taylor. "13 minutes gone and the Cougars still in arrears and still not really putting it together." And Bruce going forward. Strong tackling by Ian Gately. Brian McKebby. Gus O'Donnell gets the ball to Coulter. Keith is tackling at the moment, strong and sound. Gus O'Donnell moving the ball wide to Curry. Curry, long balls, Pearce. That's a good ball out. Oh, good tackle by. That's good rugby. Interception. Chris Robinson could have come the wrong way. Looked to be a burst down on the wing, but penalty kick and the first man to get the yellow card. It is in fact the hooker Steve Barnett got the yellow card, so the Cougars going to play against 12 men for 10 minutes. Got a penalty as well. And Huddersfield certainly showing that they're willing to play open, enterprising rugby. And Jason Ramshaw looking for people to come on. Jason Critchley, quick play the ball. Grant Dooley. Over the halfway line. Jason Ramshaw again. Gets the ball away to David Larder. This time it's Gareth Cochran. Gareth Cochran looking for space. Gets the ball away to Pinkney. Irving puts the kick over. Goes directly into touch. Should know Simon Irving from Nick Pinkney. Simon Irving's got the blonde thatch now. But at least the Cougars look to be putting it together. My apologies there if I obstructed your view. Huddersfield, as you'd imagine, getting the ball, and Brian McKebby into the arms of Darren Appleby. Greg Pearce getting through a lot of work. Lost the ball. Andre Stoops got it. Andre Stoops gets up. Oh, and Gareth Cochran looked desperately slow then, but at least he kept hold of the ball. This time it's David Larder. David Larder going through. David Larder still struggling away. Jason Ramshaw to Chris Robinson. This time it's Martin Wood. Can Martin Wood do what he did at Old Trafford? In fact, a fraction short of the try line. Ramshaw going. Ramshaw has scored. Jason Ramshaw scores the try. That equalises the score. Jason Ramshaw buried underground. "16 minutes gone and the Cougars back on level terms." Darren Shelford scored a try after some weakish Keighley tackling to make it 4-0, and now exactly 10 minutes later Martin Wood went close and Jason Ramshaw from acting halfback went in and scored the try. Simon Irving with what looks an easy goal kick, but you can never tell. Simon Irving coming up, no mistake. So the Cougars in the lead, 6-4. So Huddersfield to kick off. Chris Robinson gets it to David Larder. David Larder does well to get to the 20-metre line. Going to be Keith Dixon going on his own. Had Andre Stoop alongside him. Strong tackle by Coulter. Ramshaw bringing it short side. Back to Martin Wood. Martin Wood looking to get the inside pass to Chris Robinson. Ian Gately taking the short route virtually to the halfway line, getting up, and surely that man's offside. Got to be offside, the referee agreeing with me. And Keith Dixon to take the kick, puts it into touch. 10 metres from the Huddersfield 20-metre line. David Larder does well. Greg Pearson at the tackle. This time it's Grant Dury. Grant Dury inside the Huddersfield 20-metre line. Chris Robinson gets the ball back to Appleby. This time it's Pinkney. For a moment looked as though Pinkney had got away, but the Huddersfield man hung on grimly. Ramshaw to Gately. Oh, and there's an interception! Nick Pinkney, oh, unfortunately Nick Pinkney got in at the tackle. Good rugby. Gately no doubt looking for the try. Good pass out. Stoop in at the tackle. Darren Appleby has got to get to the ball. The ball's gone loose. Keith Dixon going directly down the middle of the field. Well, this is the type of rugby that the fans want to see. End-to-end stuff. A vicious kick there by Pearce. Well, tremendous stuff there. Ian Gately putting out what I'm sure he felt was a try-scoring pass. Interception. Looked for a moment as though Huddersfield were going to get away with it. And then the Huddersfield man, Curry, I think it was, losing the ball. And Keighley running away, getting the penalty. And back within sight of the Huddersfield 20-metre line. Grant Dury giving it a go inside the Huddersfield 20-metre line. Quick play of the ball. Chris Robinson to Ian Gately. Ian Gately. The ball inside to Robinson. Robinson to Appleby. This time it's Andre Stoop. Andre Stoop to Pinkney. Appleby knocks on. Scrum down surely. Huddersfield advantage. Huddersfield to put the ball in, and despite the new ruling where the ball's supposed to go in the middle and give both hookers a chance, good tackle, Simon Irving, tremendous tackle. Well, one has to admire the enterprise being shown by both sides. Greg Pearce, Martin Wood holding on, and his mate Jason Ramshaw coming in. And the big number 8, Bruce. 2 tackles to go. The ball in midfield to Mick Taylor. Mick Taylor tackled by Gareth Cochran. O'Donnell with the long kick down. Andre Stoop, the ball getting up beautifully for him. Well, the referee allowing that to go on, and no doubt Keighley felt it was knocked out of the hands. Good tackle by Jason Ramshaw. 6-4, Keighley in the lead. Penalty kick to Huddersfield, Grant Dury being adjudged of doing something in the tackle. And obviously Greg Pearce going to have a crack at goal. 6-4 in arrears. Down to 12 men as well, of course. Keithley's 2 substitutes limbering up, and Greg Pearce to have the shot at goal. Greg Pearce successful, so 25 minutes gone, 6 points each. It's interesting to hear that the Huddersfield fans still shout "Come on Fartown," which perpetuates the great tradition, and Martin Wood with the long kick down. Strong tackle on Coulter by Simon Irving. Andy Purcell tackled by Appleby and Dury. And Greg Pearce coming forward, looking to become fairly tired. 3 tackles to go. Gus O'Donnell making a hash. Well, in my book that was a knock-on, but the referee hasn't given it, and certainly the Huddersfield lads felt it was a knock-on as well. Pinkney at the tackle, and at the 6th tackle, so the ball going in midfield. Curry putting an intelligent kick down the touchline, and Andre Stoop the way this modern game is played, having no option other than to let the ball go in touch, knowing that only a miracle will prevent his club from getting the ball from the scrimmage. 6 points each. 25 minutes gone of this first half, and luckily the sun looking to set, and perhaps a little bit cooler than it was, but certainly I'd imagine the temperature down on the park well in arrears of the 80-degree mark. Appleby at Atching half-back gets it to Martin Wood. Martin Wood outside his own 20-metre line. Greg Pearce doing well to get into the tackle, and this time it's the blonde man Gareth Cochran going forward, still making progress. 3 tackles to go, and Jason Ramshaw doing well from Atching half-back. Darren Appleby going forward. Oh, what a nerve! But the ball's still with Pinkney's away. Nick Pinkney will score, surely. Can he stop him? Pinkney scores the try. Pinkney scores the try in the corner. Very few people have the pace to match Pinkney when he gets on the outside in the clear. And he again showed that he's going to be a force. I have to say that I thought Darren Appleby's pass in midfield was, to say the least, ambitious. But full marks to the referee, who gave the play-on signal. Simon Irving, who set everything up, and Nick Pinkney, who raced away down the touchline side. $10 points to 6. And Simon Irving from the touchline side, taking the kick at goal. Just placed the ball down. Literally 18 inches or so in from the touchline side. Pinkney getting a round of applause. And this game played at a tremendous pace. And no question about it, fitness going to tell in the last quarter. Irving with the kick, takes it now. Looks very useful, looks good, brilliant! Simon Irving kicks a goal from the touchline, and the Cougars are in the lead by 12-6. The Cougars in the lead, and about 13 minutes to half time. Well taken by Chris Robinson. David Larder in for the injured Daz Fleury, taking the ball. And Martin Wood outside his own 20-metre line. Much happier in the number 13 shirt than the number 6, and the ball going out wide. Nick Pinkney coming inside, and Darren Appleby he's found space. Appleby's away. Going on his own. Can't make it. The ball's gone loose. The knock-on given. And Darren Appleby, the man who made the run, had a man on his left. It was a forward though, so was 99.9% correct in going on his own. Keith, the Cougars presumably breaking the scrimmage early though. The penalty kick given, Barnett taking it quickly, Andy Purcell coming racing forward, and Gareth Cochran and Appleby tackling him. Bob Marsden on, didn't see him come on, couldn't quite sure who he's replaced. Been around the scene for a long time. And again, Keighley caught offside, and no question about it. Pearce will have a go at goal. Ten minutes to half time. Then Pearce to have the shot at goal. Pearce about to take the kick. Slow hand clap going up from the Keighley Cougars supporters. And I would think 2/3 of the crowd consist of Keighley men. The kick going high. Both touch judges having a glance at each other to make sure that they're in total agreement and giving the goal. 10 minutes plus a wee bit of injury time to go. Martin Wood to take the kick off. And Huddersfield in possession, and the two Keighley substitutes limbering up again on the touchline side. Fullback Ben Barton having a bit of a tilt. This time Bob Marsden. Certainly Bob Marsden making an impact as soon as he comes on the field. Gus O'Donnell moving it wide to Mick Taylor. Mick Taylor luckily can't get rid of the ball, but looked dangerous. And again the penalty being given to Huddersfield. Greg Pearce going for goal. And Bob Marsden making an immediate impact on the game. Signed on Friday for the Huddersfield club. And Greg Pearce with the shot at goal on what is an absolute perfect surface for playing rugby league football. (12-8) the score, remember. 8 minutes to half time, so we've had 32 minutes of actual play. And another goal. Just going over the crossbar, so Keighley's errors costing them dear. Martin Wood taking the kick, Curry taking, Gary Coulter, forward pass. The crowd did a great job there because they shouted forward pass and the referee agreed. I have to confess whether the touch judge gave it or not, I'm not sure, but certainly the crowd down below me were emphatic it was a forward pass. Chris Robinson going to get it to Appleby. Appleby to Simon Irving. Simon Irving having very little option than to take the direct route, get the thing played is the quick cry. Then Chris Robinson going on his own. This time it's going to be big Ian Gately. Fat Woody going on his own. Didn't give the pass to Jason Ramshaw. Gets up, plays the ball. David Larder David Larder scored the try. David Larder scored the try. Another sucker punch. And certainly George Fairbairn will be most unhappy at the defence round the play of the ball. "35 minutes, David Larder getting the try. The perfect riposte to Huddersfield. And the kick obviously going to be taken by Simon Irving. Lots of liquid being given to the lads as you're watching the goal kick being taken. Andy Ayres, Darren Fleury and Matthew Foster all on with the liquid refreshment. And Simon Irving in the meantime putting the ball down and all ready for the kick at goal. Coming up to take it. And the kick is good. So the Cougars going into an 8-point lead. 18 points to 10 in the lead. 4 minutes to half-time, plus the little bit of injury time that there'll be. And I've no doubt that the players will welcome the opportunity of getting in the dressing room and having a cool down for 10 minutes or so. If there's any sense out there, then I would imagine the referee will allow a quarter of an hour interval. Chris Robinson doing well. David Larder taking the responsibility on as a second row man to carry the ball to the 20-metre line. And Ramshaw getting it out to Keith Dixon. Keith Dixon's made the break. Got Andre Stoop with him. Andre Stoop! Andre Stoop going along. Andre Stoop underneath the post. Stoop scores the try. Great work by Keith Dixon. And the Cougar fans on their feet. Andre Stoop waving his hands in the air. Keith Dixon doing a marvellous job. And Simon Irving with another easy shot at goal. That raced away from the halfway line to score the try, and he'll have enjoyed every inch that he ran. The arm was raised aloft in triumph way before he got to the try line, and then the moment of truth when he put the ball down over the line, and the Cougars with a slight cushion. Irving with the kick at goal, no problem. (24-10), the Cougars in the lead. And all of a sudden, the cushion appearing between the two teams. And on an evening such as this, fitness going to count at the death. Curry with the kick-off. Keith Dixon going to take the ball. David Larder takes a brave man to run into three rugby league forwards at full belt. Martin Wood. Very, very strong upper body-wise, Martin Wood. Chris Robinson to Appleby. Appleby. Oh, for a moment, looked as though he'd got away from Pearce. Credit to Pearce for tackling him at the death. Grant Dory gives the dummy, goes forward, nearly to the halfway line. Getting up to play the ball. Chris Robinson. In fact, Darren Appleby, my apologies. Ramshaw from acting halfback. 6 tackle. Quickly played. Tackled by Dury. 24-10, the Cougars in the lead. Vital that they don't let any more points in this half. Centre of the field. Gus O'Donnell moving it wide. Martin Wood on Pearson, good tackle. O'Donnell again at acting halfback, puts the kick over the top. That is going to go dead. That will suit the Cougars. Virtually on half-time now. And the Cougars will slow the game down. Gus O'Donnell obviously got a bit of a bang, receiving treatment down below us. Ian Gately, rampaging 15-metre run. Grant Dory going to try and do likewise. Jason Ramshaw. Well, that was a pass away. Another Keith Dixon's got to be quick. Keith Dixon did well. Richard Pearson went in a wee bit indiscriminately with his legs, but the referee was quite happy. Simon Irving over the halfway line, or virtually on the halfway line. Andre Stoop does well. Gets the ball to Gareth Cochran. 2 tackles to go. Chris Robinson with the ball. Puts the kick over the top. Rolls into touch. That slows the game down. And we are now into injury time in the first half. 24-10, the Cougars in the lead. Darryl Shelford, who's the brother of Buck Shelford, the All Black, or the fabulous All Black. And I rather think I saw him playing in Dublin for the Irishmen last week. Half-time, the Cougars doing well. They're in the lead by 24 points to 10. The Cougars on their way out. Phil Larder wending his way to the back of the director's box, where he'll have a bird's eye view of the game from the press box, in actual fact. And no doubt satisfied but not complacent with the lead of 24 points to 10. I think one thing that both sets of supporters are agreed on is the fact that the referee isn't the most popular man in England. Keighley, as far as we can see, exactly the same team as went in at the interval. And the kick-off coming from Martin Wood. Strong tackle by Critchley and Irving. Critchley missing his tackle on Shelford, and Daryl Shelford, New Zealand man I have the highest regard for going forward. Mick Taylor, Cochrane and David Larder in at the tackle, 3 to go. 24-10, the Cougars in the lead. Bob Marsden does well. Ball out to O'Donnell. O'Donnell putting the kick through. Keith Dixon quite content to allow it to go into touch. The kick from O'Donnell coming on the 5th tackle. And I've no doubt that Phil Larder has emphasised that Huddersfield will be coming in all guns blazing in the first 10 minutes of the second half looking for points. And it's up to the Cougars to keep them out. Chris Robinson puts the ball inside to Keith Dixon. Keith Dixon lost the ball, but play allowed to go on. Andre Stoop having a go. Gets the ball away. Critchley going down the touchline side. Critchley, has he got the pace? Critchley racing away, and Critchley scores the try. Critchley's first try for the Cougars. And there to meet him as though by appointment, Darren Flearley and Andy Ayres. Jason Critchley raced down the touchline side, showed his pace, showed his power, and scored the try. 2 minutes into the second half, another length of the field try by the Cougars. And the boos and the counter cheers ringing out. The Huddersfield supporters, I think, feeling that there was a knock-on inside the Keighley 20-metre area, but the ball went back. It was eminently fair. And the Cougars into the lead 28-10. And we've had 2 minutes of the second 40. Simon Irving with the kick. 5 metres in from the touchline side. Taking his time. Good kick. Little beauty. Yes! Over the bar. And Simon Irving rubbing it in. Well, a wee bit of luck perhaps with the bounce of the ball inside the 20-metre area, but good teams make their own luck. Jason Critchley doing well. Andre Stoop, the architect of the try. David Larder quite content to take the ball to the 20-metre area. Main thing is to hold on and retain possession. Keith Dixon, he'll look for space down the middle. Martin Wood. The ball with big Ian Gately. Ian Gately taking Daryl Shelford forward. Gareth Cochrane, the space here. Gareth Cochrane looking for it. 6 tackle, ball coming blindside to Chris Robinson. Not the best of kicks from Robinson, but at least he followed through and took Curry in possession. Kicked the ball, first tackle again, so Shelford drops it. Chris Robinson gets possession. Jason Rampshaw to Martin Wood. Martin Wood, so strong, upper body-wise. Knocked on, did he? No. The referee says no. Thought for a moment the ball had come out. Ramshaw to Dury. Chris Robinson again. Big Ian Gately. 2 tackles to go. 30 points to 10. The Cougars in the lead. Good tackle. In fact, my apologies, there are still 2 tackles to go. Jason Ramshaw knocks on. Doesn't make a scrap of difference. The referee says knock on. Jason Ramshaw, in fact, looks as though he may be hurt. Can only think that Jason caught a boot indiscriminately and accidentally there. It certainly looks okay now. Might be the old man's act. Not suggesting Jason's an old man. Might be the old man's act in just slowing play down. In fact, Jason coming off. Pinkney looking alive to make sure Kebby doesn't make too much progress. This time it's Andy Purcell. And Phil Cantillon on for his first appearance since joining the Cougars from Wigan. Got astonishing pace, this young man, for a hooker. Greg Pearce getting himself in a bit of a muddle, and the Cougars retaining that 30 points to 10 lead. Kick over the top by Curry. I think that's the moment to savour by everyone. Only happens once a season that Andre Stoop makes an error of that type. Normally a safer ball handler, as you've seen playing rugby league or indeed rugby union, but made an error there, and that, I can assure you, is one for the season. Gus O'Donnell moving the ball out wide to Pearson. Pearson going forward. Pinkney. Referee gives the penalty. Well, would he have penalised Pearson for going forward, I wonder? Quickly taken. Pinkney going to get a rollicking. In fact, he doesn't know who it is. Simon Irving, as captain, is coming across to ask what's going on. And it was obviously Pinkney who was having a word or two with the referee. And this time it's Bob Marsden. Marsden does well. Daryl Shelford, beautifully tackled by Simon Irving. Helped by Grant Dury. Ball with O'Donnell. Oh, interception by Dixon. Keith Dixon read the situation perfectly. Chris Robinson. Young Cantillon looking for support. Ian Gately. $4,739 the attendance here at the McAlpine Stadium, and certainly without being able to prove it, I would be willing to have a small wager that 3,000 of them Keith supporters. Kick by Keith Dixon, finding touch. Phil Cantillon getting it to Chris Robinson to Grant Dury. Cantillon at acting halfback. David Larder reading the signal perfectly, going inside the Huddersfield 20-metre area. Robinson back to Martin Wood. Martin Wood, good tackle. Bob Marsden. Phil Cantillon from acting halfback. Well, getting a bit of a face rubbing there by Greg Pearce. Welcome to the professional ranks, as it were, although the kid's been a pro for a while now, and the 6th tackle coming up. First knock on, I think. In fact, the referee giving the first knock on and the 6th tackle. Ian Thomas, centre of the field, on his own 20-metre line, and the Cougars in the lead by 30 points to 10. Good tackle by Andre Stoop. Curry. Gone to Coulter. Purcell. Good tackling in the middle of the field. 6th tackle coming up. Gus O'Donnell will put the little chip coup. 6 more tackles. O'Donnell moving it wide. Greg Pearce. Gus O'Donnell. That's better tackling by the Cougars. Sixth tackle coming up. Can the Cougars hold out? Offside, 6th tackle. Brilliant tackling by the Cougars. Grant Dury taking the ball well. Holding up. Gareth Cochrane up to the halfway line. 6th tackle indicated by the referee. Keith Dixon, good long kick down. That's a good kick. Gains a lot of yardage, and more to the point, gives the boys that little bit of breathing space to collect themselves. Mickey Barrett coming on, having a word with Chris Robinson for some reason. "13 minutes of the second half gone, and the Cougars in the lead by 30 points to 10. Huddersfield, as you would expect, with the ball from the scrum. Mick Taylor, the big man, coming forward and doing well. Simon Irving, the man who makes the first tackle miss, not too worrying. O'Donnell, good tackling in midfield again by the Cougars. Steve Curry going to put the kick through. Andre Stoop covering it. Don't think the ball will go dead. Andre Stoop doing well. Andre Stoop still going forward over the 20-metre line. Oh, and that's terrible play by Pearson. Brilliant run by Stoopy, and then Pearson obviously took exception to the fact that he'd beaten him through a punch. Andre Stoop pretending to retaliate, at least I hope it was only pretending. and the penalty kick being given to the Cougars. Keith Dixon with the kick to touch. Chris Robinson tackled on the halfway line. Cantillon assisting one of their men to get off the ball. And Ian Gately going inside the Huddersfield half. Cantillon getting it to Robinson. To Grant Doherty, back to Chris Robinson. Brilliant pass. Martin Wood to David Larder. Larder going for the line. Forward pass. The referee decided that Martin Wood's pass was forward to David Larder. That would have been the nail in the coffin, as it is Huddersfield breathe again. And Greg Pearce goes on the blind side, well tackled by the man who would have scored the try, David Larder. 16 minutes of the second half gone, the Cougars in the lead by 30 points to 10. Nick Taylor being well tackled. Good tackle by Darren Appleby on Ben Barton, the full-back. O'Donnell putting it into the centre of the park. Purcell coming forward, and again Appleby in at the tackle with Grant Doherty. Knock on. Play becoming a little bit scrappy now, but understandably so. Appleby to Martin Wood. Chris Robinson looking for people. Appleby there, look for the gap, will Darren. Can't find it. Strong tackle coming in from Coulter. Young Cantillon just playing straightforward, ordinary rugby. That's all it needs at this stage. 18 minutes gone of the second half, and Keighley in the lead by 30 points to 10, and Gareth Cochrane going inside the Huddersfield 20-metre area. Cantillon to Robinson, to Darren Appleby. Appleby gets the ball back to Martin Wood. Martin Wood gives it to Pinckney. Pinckney scores the try. Martin Wood to Pinckney. Pinckney backing up intelligently, and Martin Wood, who's played so well this afternoon, makes another try for the Cougars. Martin Wood then doing tremendously well to make the try for Nick Pinckney. "19 minutes of this second half gone, and the Cougars in the ascendancy. Simon Irving again coming up with the shot at goal. Matthew Foster waiting for him with the liquid refreshment. Simon Irving kicking the goal, and Matthew Foster giving him the statutory drink. Joe Burrion for Ian Gately. And Ian Gately, the wanders rather than walks into the seats on the far side there, looking a very weary man. Kick going deep. Chris Robinson takes it, gives it to David Larder, and David Larder, quite rightly, just happy to make the way to the 20-metre line. Martin Wood, 36-10, the Cougars in the lead, and the ball to Robinson, to Appleby. Appleby looking for the gap. Half found it, but half not quite enough, is it? And the ball coming blindside to Cochrane. Daryl Shelford with the tackle. Chris Robinson to Joe Burry. I think Woody's going to be given as obstructing there. I think that could be described as fussy refereeing, but nevertheless correct refereeing. 21 minutes gone of the second half, 19 minutes to the end of the game, and Taylor going off for Huddersfield. Andy Purcell going inside Keithley's 20-metre area. Bob Marsden having a go. And the ball going into midfield, back to Gus O'Donnell. Greg Pearce. And Pearce running into trouble. Grant Dury and Joe Burry making sure the tackle was efficiently good. And this time it's Gary Coulter well tackled. Curry going on the short side, short pass to Thomas. The ball with Barton, the ball's gone loose, and Keighley Cougars are in possession. Chris Robinson, I think, the man who was in the right place at the right time. Keith Dixon, been around the scene for a long time, just played for safety. And Nick Pinkney looking to make the burst, gets to the 20-metre area. 2 tries for Pink this afternoon. Keighley Cougars outside their 20-metre area. Jason Critcher, the man who came in. Simon Irving, the man who's having a tilt now. I don't think he played it, so the penalty will be to Huddersfield. Daisy. For a moment looked like a spear tackle, but sense on both sides prevailed. Good work by Curry, good tackle by his opposite number Chris Robinson. Marsden, long ball out to Daryl Shelford. Shelford having a go, Stoopy wrapping him up. Greg Pearce, long ball about, Keighley have to move across. Coulter, tackled by Martin Wood. Six tackle, the Cougars, can they hold out? Marsden putting it blindside. Six tackle. I'm sure Gus O'Donnell didn't realise there were 6 more tackles when he got the ball and put the kick in, but credit to Andre Stoop, who took the ball and not only that, got outside his area into the playing field. And Joe Burry with a job to do to come on and run with the ball and give 1 or 2 of the lads a rest. Young Cantillon going forward from acting half-back, 10 metres outside his own 20. Darren Appleby from the acting half-back area. 6 tackle indicated by the referee. And Chris Robinson with the kick to the corner. Ian Thomas going to take it very, very easily indeed. And Grant Dury going to tackle him very, very easily indeed. A good tackle by Martin Wood. Richard Pearson, well tackled, penalty kick against Pinkney, and Pinkney going to the sin bin. So the Cougars with 15 and a half minutes to play, and 10 of those going to be with 12 men. Huddersfield had a spell in the first half, of course, where a similar situation, and Purcell, the man who's the first one to try and make the advantage count. Curry to Gus O'Donnell, back to Curry. Curry looking for the gap. Andre Stoop, is he going to be quick enough? Darryl Shelford goes in for the try. So the first lesson to Nick Pinkney: don't get sent to the sin bin. And Darryl Shelford going in for the try. 66 minutes, so just 14 minutes of play left, and a Shelford try. The right riposte by a team playing against 12 men, finding the space, and Darryl Shelford going in for his second try of the afternoon. Greg Pearce to try and tag on the goal, and 13 and a half minutes of play left here at the McAlpine Stadium, and Greg Pearce kicking the goal. (36-16), as you can imagine, the Cougars not racing to get to the halfway line again. Martin Wood with the kick. Big raw-boned young man, the Huddersfield number 14, who's a guy called Dave Smith, who I must confess I don't know. Marsden going forward, and Huddersfield certainly playing with the ball, obviously, and making the most of the Cougars losing a player. That's good news for Keighley. Didn't play the ball, and certainly that will give Keighley the breathing space and 6 tackles that they need. And Keith Dixon's instructions were to find touch, and he did just that. 12 minutes left for play now here at the McAlpine Stadium. Phil Cantillon getting it to Robinson, to Joe Burry. Joe Burry just driving forward. Keith Dixon ran straight into the arms of Andy Purcell. Robinson with the ball to Grant Dory. Grant Dory gives a dummy. Goes forward. David Larder will surely have a go on his own. And Critchley putting the ball in field to Robinson, to Appleby. Appleby still going forward. Good ball to Dury. Good ball to Appleby. Martin Wood. Martin Wood. Inches short of the try line. Sunday get to acting half-back quickly. Knock on. Oh, the 6th tackle. Best thing Keighley can do now is face the ball. In fact, the referee given a scrimmage. which is rather perplexing. Huddersfield though get the ball. Stoke did a magnificent job there, and Keith Dixon doing equally as well, and that was brilliant play by Andrew Stoke. Chris Robinson, Critchley is it, I think, with the ball. Gareth Cochran. Shelford going to be penalised. Nine minutes to go, 36-16 to the Cougars. Daryl Shelford penalised and admonished for the stiff arm tackle, and Keith Dixon to put the ball into touch. Does just that. Jason Critchley gets inside the Huddersfield 20-metre area. 8 minutes to go, and it's Joe Burry. I think the cry of forward pass could have had some credence to it, but the referee allowing play to go on. Martin Wood back to Robinson, penalty for obstruction. Another Cougar try coming to nothing, but the scoreline remaining 36-16 with 8 minutes to go and 3 minutes before Nick Pinkney comes back on the field. Huddersfield obviously in possession, and the big number 8 who's come back on the park, John Bruce, tackled inside his own half. Curry putting a long ball out. Ben Barton will have a go. Darren Appleby does well to hold man and ball. Ball in field. Coulter trying to get the ball back, but unable to do so, and the ball going left. Bob Marsden. Strong tackle from Grant Dury. Stopped Marsden dead in his tracks. Forward pass by about 5 yards, I would think. And the referee acknowledging the facts. And 7 minutes to go of this encounter at McAlpine Stadium. And the good news for the Cougars, the fact that they're going through for a win in the first game of the season. Nick Pinkney getting up, ready to come back on the park. Keith Dixon moving the ball out wide. Not the best of passes in midfield, and the knock on the net result. Martin Wood saving the day. Johnny Bruce going forward, losing the ball, and it's now up to young Phil Cantillon. This boy can get away, can motor. Being scragged by Coulter. Phil Cantillon getting the ball back, and Keith Dixon taking the short direct route. And again, perhaps showing that experience counts for an enormous lot in this game of rugby league. Pinckney back on the field. Grant Dury playing it to himself and being penalised. Five minutes to go here at McAlpine Stadium. The Cougars well in control at 36-16. But the Far Towners, if I dare call them that, having the final tilt in this game. Bob Marsden. Ball going away, deliberately so. Tackle by Pinckney. No try, is it? Given the try, thought it was a double movement, but the referee saying that it bounced over. So Pearson getting the try, despite the fact that the Cougars were back to full strength. And the score 20-36, which perhaps doesn't reflect the superiority the Cougars have had. And Grant Dury, I think, going off the park, and Ian Gately coming on. (36-20). Ian Gately coming back on for Grant Dury. Not quite sure whether that's because Grant is perhaps injured or whether it's a tactical move in that Grant slightly lost his temper down here a few moments ago. The goal missed by Pearce. So we have 3 minutes to go and the score reading 36-20 in favour of Cougars. And Martin Wood to kick off from the centre spot. Gus O'Donnell taking the ball, giving it to big Dave Smith. Gary Coulter. Bob Marsden doing well. Graham Kebby taking the ball as Keith Dixon kicked it or tried to kick it away, and the referee quite rightly saying 6 more tackles than Bruce inside the Keighley half. Pearson for Huddersfield with an ankle injury over the far side. Dave Smith coming forward, meets Ian Gately and stops. Little short kick over the top. 6 more tackles to Huddersfield. Penalty to Huddersfield. A minute left and we're virtually there. Marsden looking to make the break, can't quite do so. And the Cougars assured of victory. Might be a try here though. Darryl Shelford in for his hat-trick. And I think the goal kick when it comes will mean the end of the game. (36-24) the score now. Time is up and we're into injury time. Greg Pearce with the kick at goal. Half-time, of course, it was 24-10 in favour of the Cougars. Steve Curry taking the kick at goal this time in the absence of Greg Pearce. And Steve Curry being successful. Just a question now of waiting for the hooter. And the scoreline reading 36-26, which doesn't really reflect the game. I think the Cougars have won far easier than that, and certainly I think there's been a bit of relaxing in the last 10 minutes by Keighley. And on an evening such as this, so hot, so humid, who can blame them? Cuddy getting it back to Brahma Kebby. There goes the hooter. The Keighley supporters are the ones who had the last laugh, shaking of hands all round, and a tremendous victory by the Cougars on this opening day of the season. 4,739 people watching the game, and the Cougars triumphant, 36 points to 20.